Hi and welcome. Um, Decided to make this video because they released a update today on the Phasmo, and I wanted to be able to kind of break it down and be able to put it up on my pages. So we're gonna kind of run through all of this fun stuff real quick. Look at it, so much stuff. I think this was the last one actually. So it'll be just this from here up. It's the 8.1 update, and from what I thought was going to be their new leveling thing, they actually pushed it back. And so that leveling system for the levels and the money and all of that stuff is actually going to be on the next update from what it is showing here. So yeah, we're going to be definitely looking into that, and it says that everyone who has played the game pre-wipe will be fast-tracked to Prestige 1 Level 0. So I don't know what that means for anybody else that hasn't, but for those that have, I guess that's where you'll start. So we got a new custom difficulty, or anything to do with custom difficulties. These are all the things to do with them. The rewards values have been overhauled. It should balance the game closer to default difficulties and make progression fairer for those who don't want to maximum their custom games. The maximum reward overall now is 15 times. Several options have been added. Several options have had their rewards reduced. Sorry, and the Apocalypse challenge, from what used to be the 24 times challenge, now the max is 15, which obviously was up here, and will work down to 6 in a bronze. So the rules have been reduced. Rewards when two options are set to specific values, thus canceling each other out but still giving you a reward. For example, 0 starting sanity with sanity pills 25% higher, faster ghost but players unlimited sprint, broken fuse box but flashlights on. So basically, when you have these two options, your rewards will be reduced because of the two values, because you're basically counteracting. Like, yeah, you made the ghost faster, but you also made you faster. Yeah, you broke the fuse box, but you also have flashlights, you know? Triggering one of these combinations will change the custom difficulty options panel to yellow warning icon. You can hover your cursor over this icon to find out more information on how it is affecting or being affected by the settings. The custom options have been adjusted. Evidence given will now soft cap the reward multiplier. Rewards added above these multipliers will only add 50% of their values to the total reward. So 3 evidence will now be 4 times, and 2 evidence will be 5 times. I'm wondering if 1 evidence will be 6, no evidence be 7, maybe higher, because there is like a difference there. This is interesting. Grace period at 6 seconds has been removed. So now I'm guessing that's just at 5 seconds, along with the sprint duration and sprint recharge have been removed and now are just default to this. 5 seconds on your recharge, 3 seconds on your duration. Interesting. Your sprint options have been changed to off, on, and infinite. Okay. Pretty self-explanatory on there. Alright, new difficulties. The insanity mode. We are not here yet. We are like, we're barely on that professional level. We're getting better, but we're not at insanity level, you know. But we'll be there. A new weekly rotational difficulty has been added. Each week, a different challenge will be added or will be available, offering unique modes ranging from intermediate to insanity and beyond. What are we, like Buzz Lightyear over here? 26 challenges, all brand new, I'm guessing. I wonder if they're going to take anything from their weeklies and monthlies and stuff and kind of incorporate those, or if they're going to be all completely new. That would be kind of interesting. A challenge specific loadout will be provided automatically for free. Interesting. So I don't even have to like buy the loadout. That's nice. Completing the challenge 3 times on the specified map will grant a large money and XP bonus. Each challenge will be available twice a year. What does that mean? You only have 26. And you're doing it every week. Dummy. Ignore that. You will lose nothing if you fail or die. Cool. That's nice. Sunny Meadow staff weren't just experimenting on people, they were seriously trying to unearth something unnatural, a monkey paw. New cursed possession in a monkey paw. What? A severed paw that grants a wish for those who ask it. Be warned, the wish may not be worth the consequences. Wishes can be found scattered inside Sunny Meadows mental institution and will be added to the journal when found. These are not required to use the paw and are just a permanent note to help you remember. What? The number of wishes you have will correspond to the difficulty and reward multiplier for that contract. So if you're playing on a 0 to 1.9 reward, you'll get 5 wishes. What the fuck is this, like a genie? Interesting. Why wouldn't this be 2 to 3.9? It's only 2 to 2.9. That should be 2 to 3.9 and then 4 times higher. Anyways. After 2 weeks, these patch notes will be updated with the details of every wish. So, shop updates. The shop computer has had some UI improvements. Shop and storage has been recreated, acting like an online shopping basket, added an all equipment loadout, and you can now tick auto add to your loadout to add it as soon as you join a lobby. Interesting. Alright, so more about these strange symbols that we've seen in the last preview thing here. So strange symbols have been spotted in the warehouse. What could they mean? Get searching for an answer. I'm guessing in our little lobby area, they're gonna have those symbols on the floor, and we're gonna have to figure out what they mean. Clearly, crucifix uses will now have new textures, effects, and sounds. Updated all UV shaders. UV effects will now be much more accurate and work when shining another light over the UV light. Additionally, UV effects will now fade over time instead of disappearing. Interesting. So now not only can you use see it with the UV light and the dots, because that used to be a problem, the dots and the UV light at the same time, you wouldn't be able to see any fingerprints. You'd have to turn the dots off first. That won't be a problem anymore. Also, the handprints and stuff will not just immediately go away. They will slowly fade. Good stuff. The tower card will now additionally double all ghost activity for 20 seconds. Interesting. I don't use the tarot cards as much, but I feel like I should. Make things interesting. Weather particles lighting have been improved and now work with the skylight, helping them look more realistic. No more ashy black snow. All windows will now have the new raindrop effects on them, and additionally sounds in all maps similar to Tanglewood's. Nice. That's gonna be more cool. I don't even know if that's a thing. Several foliage objects will now be affected by windy weather outside. That'll be cool on the on like the campsite maps and stuff. We now will receive in-game message when a new update is available. And a broken fuse box's sparks now bounce on nearby objects instead of clipping through them. I didn't know that that was a thing. Interesting. Reduce the range of resolution in several environmental lights slightly. This should decrease the chance of your shadows becoming overpixelated when having lots of lights turned on in a location, and increasing the chance of objects hitting the maximum lights limit in black floors or dots casting no light. The time between hunts will now be the same if the ghost uses a crucifix or if it hunts. 20 seconds for demon, 25 for others. Interesting. That's very interesting. The ghost's room will no longer be visible on the haunted mirror when you use it at 0 sanity. I mean, wouldn't that automatically already be like a hunt? Like, you're probably gonna die. Ghost orbs can no longer go through walls into different rooms. I've never seen that happen. Didn't know that that was even a thing. But that's good to know. Fog quality settings have been changed for better visual clarity across all settings. We'll have to look at that. Blur has been removed. Blur? Like, what kind of blur? Motion blur? Renamed daily and weekly challenges to daily and weekly tasks to avoid confusion with the new challenge mode. Okay. Makes sense. Makes sense. Several icons have been improved. What does that mean? Several icons have been improved. Okay. Improved and fixed the visual of light sources on the PC monitors in the prison. We don't ever really go in the prison because we play a lot of solo. But I do want to start experimenting more on those bigger maps. We gotta learn them. Gotta learn them eventually. Improved the visuals of the collectible cabinets in the warehouse lobby. Oh, okay. Lighting a summoning circle candle with no sanity will now extinguish it instantly. Lighting the 5th candle with no sanity will cause an instant hunt. Good. I mean, I thought it caused an instant hunt anyways, but okay. Saying goodbye on the Ouija board will no longer count towards challenges. Okay. Rename the high school bathrooms to make it clear where they are. You know, because everyone has to go to the bathroom. Failing to join a room with the password now gives a more descriptive error. I'm sorry for those that have trouble with that. The night vision camera effect will now adjust brightness when entering and exiting foggy areas. Cool. And lastly, I believe, yes, lastly are all of the fixes in which we have gathered, developed. Ghosts can no longer interact with windows on the floor below them in both farmhouse locations. That would suck. Voice recognition will now work for all other players if the player is loaded in slowly. Okay. Remove several spots in the prison, Maple Lodge campsites, and schools. And school. Okay. I didn't know that there was several safe spots, but I'm guessing that there is because of like how big they are. Several shaders and materials will now render correctly. The voodoo doll can no longer stop hunts. How was people stopping the hunts? That's pretty interesting. I don't get the voodoo doll enough. or the tarot cards. I'm always like, I swear I'm always on the mirror, the music box, the dang circle, and the Ouija board. Like that's what I get. Using the voodoo doll, tarot cards, music box, and summoning circle will now count towards the used cursed possessions task, but not the other ones. Items will no longer teleport in the SM court when thrown in specific spots. Sunny Meadows, if you don't know what SM stands for. Patched up some holes in the Sunny Meadows courtyard. Why wouldn't they literally just put SM there? Okay. Removed an invisible wall upstairs in Edgefield. Improved anisotropic textures for radiators, rugs, outside ground in Sunny Meadows flooring. Ghosts can now kill you on the blue beds in the house maps. Apparently, this was a thing where you could stand on the beds during a hunt and the ghost couldn't get you. Yeah, try it now. Ghosts can now detect active electronic equipment if they were grabbed when active. Okay. So if I pick up an EMF while it's on the ground and it's on, it's going to know that. I would assume. Why would I pick up that? Especially when it's like trying to kill me. Voice recognition will no longer work if you have the text voice recognition option enabled. Well, I would assume. The apocalypse, that was not right. Apocalypse stickers will now show in single player instead of multiplayer. In only single player? Or in both? A book in Sunny Meadows courtyard is no longer only a shadow. Why not? Remove several shadow rendering issues in Sunny Meadows and Tanglewood. A Fae will now have the correct interaction rate before aging. Window knocks now count as an interaction for stats. Tasks featuring Asylum will now display Sunny Meadows. They should just bring Asylum back. I didn't get to play on that one. That's not fair. You can no longer sprint or move while in the death room. That's kind of confusing. What is the death room? Like the room in which the person died? You're not going to be able to move? Or is that only on a specific map? These are questions we need answers. Setting a preset for custom difficulty and changing a cursed possession will no longer apply that change to the actual preset. Instead of the custom game you are editing. Standing in dots will no longer stop sanity drain. You can now see your hands. Oh, you could stand in dots? Wow, see? Things that we didn't know. You can now see your hands on the monitor when in VR. Oh, you don't have that. Ghost orbs can no longer be seen with the video or with the photo camera. Interesting. The ball in the upstairs ridge view closet will no longer glitch when the hiding spot is blocked. Ghost orbs in the outside rooms in Camp Woodwind will no longer be very high above the ground. Okay. Video cameras will now receive the ghost glitch effect. Yeah, I was always wondering why they didn't. The skylight will now turn on and off accurately with your settings. Lighter flame is now being considered for the Onryo hunt ability when blown out. Oh. So if it blows out your lighter 3 times, it could hunt immediately. If it's an Onryo, interesting. An Onryo will now have a higher chance to blow out a flame the more players that are dead instead of a lower chance. Hunts will now end if all players are outside. Isn't that how it was before? And the haunted mirror will now drain a minimum of 20 sanity per use instead of 27. That's why I would go down so quick, because I would use the shit out of that mirror. And that seems to be it for this progression update, and it seems to have a bunch within it. If you want to take over and read this over yourself, it's obviously on Steam. You can go to the actual to the Phasmo like page and be able to view it there, or go back up to the top, rewind it, check this video out again. I'm going to get some playtime in. Of course, I'm going to do some live streaming with some playtime. I just got a couple of things I have to do today, and I couldn't get on, so I wanted to make this video so at least we had this up and on our stuff. So hope you like it, and I hope you're excited for this update because I can't wait. So yeah, until next time, check out the stream. YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, all of the above. Savage_respawn. Yeah.